it's important for people to understand how vital this work is. Emotions really do matter more than people think. That has a double meaning if it hasn't occurred to you already. Most people give short shrift to emotions and moods and physical sensations and attitudes from a scientific perspective. There's been a very long history of an artificial and counterproductive divide between reason and the passions, emotions and moods, etc. Neuroscience in the last century, along with other developments, really began to highlight how important it is for us to see people as whole persons with feelings, yes, but not with feelings as enemies of reason. Neuroscience is teaching us that reason doesn't exist without emotions. Why would we figure a problem out if we didn't care about the solution and the effectiveness of the solution and the cost of the solution? This is how we navigate life. Emotions tell us what matters and in what ways and to what extent and why. Emotions really are the foundations of our motivations. They really do drive how we get by from day to day and why we get by from day to day. People don't understand that feelings are both motivators and goals. They drive our behaviors, but they're also the things that we're driving towards. If I feel hungry, I want to feel not hungry. And if I have the chance along the way, I want to feel the sensation of a really good velvety cake, cheesecake, or the coolness of a snow cone, or the crunch of celery. Those things are sensations. They give us feelings. We seek those feelings as goals unto themselves. So it's not just the hunger, it's also the tastes that we're driving towards. And if you've ever stood in front of the refrigerator, staring blankly inside of it, waiting for something to jump out at you and say, this is what you want, then you know what it's like to be driven by feelings that you don't quite understand. And what we're endeavoring to do is to make emotions not only front and center, as they should be, but also to make them coherent and measurable and leverageable. And I don't mean in negative ways, I mean in positive ways. We live in a world right now that is stimulating so many strong feelings, mostly negative, unfortunately, or at least that's what we would believe if all we did was watch the news. But also there's hope and there's intention and there's passion driving people for change. That applies on systemic levels, that applies on individual levels, and both of those are equally important. We're developing technology that works equally well to assess an entire population and stratify risk for non-adherence to medication treatments, for example, but also works at the individual level to help identify, based on how folks feel, the lifts and drags, the things that support and get in the way of how they navigate their lives, including but not limited to their healthcare behaviors. This is the most exciting endeavor that I've tried so far in life.